Says we're live. We are live. What's going on, guys? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Guys, good afternoon. I know it's football Sunday, but I had to get this one in. I'm going to do another one as well. Could not wait to come and hang out with you guys. So hopefully, I've been playing around with these settings and messing around with different things on the stream. So hopefully everything is good. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. Morris Prince, what's good, brother? How are you? Please let me know that the volume okay, and does the screen look good? After you give me the thumbs up on those, then I'm going to go to a tab and then make sure that you see the tab that I have displayed on the computer as well. But it should be working good, man. How are you, man? Everything good? Please tell me that you can hear me and that you see me fine. So that's a yes on both the audio and you can see my screen, Morris Prince, right? Yes, sir. All right, excellent. So I'm going to show a tab. It's a live coin watch tab, and I just want to make sure that you can see this tab full screen. So there is the live coin watch. So what I'm hoping that you guys should be seeing is live coin watch website and me at the top right in the picture. So those two things, live coin watch and me on the top right. You guys should be able to see that. I would love to hear what you guys said. We're all winners, Staff Sergeant Marines, without question, brother. Kelvin Tate, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Aaron M, remember? That's right. I think you're referring to that video that I did. So you're referring to that video about the fifth? Aaron M, old money? That's right. That's right. Remember that. Old money doesn't want you to win. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Kelvin Tate, yes. So you guys did see that live coin watch, and I was up at the top right-hand corner when I showed that. If that is all good, then we should definitely be good. Hope everyone is doing well. Is the sound good? I got my headphones in. Hoping the sound is good as well. Guys, this is a really good day to talk about all things XRP. Morris Prince says, you're good. Says, try your headphone mic without it. Sounds a bit sharp. All right, I'm going to take my headphones out and see if you guys like that better. All right, guys, how is the sound now without my headphones? I got some people before when I was not using headphones. They said I sounded like I was coming out of a can. So give me which one is better. Fat Lady is singing without question. So which one do you guys like best? Headphones? Says Morris Prince says that's worse. Yeah. So I gotta work on my. I turned the volume down considerably. How is this now? How is the sound now? It's probably sharp because I probably had the volume up too high when I had my headphones in. So this should be good. I turned the volume down and I got my headphones in, guys. Can you guys hear me good? I don't want to start talking if it's not, if the sound's not good. We know that the video is fine. So I'll put my headphones back in, turn the audio down. Is that working good, guys? He said that's fine. It's good to me. Clear, says Calvin Tate. Excellent. All right, guys, so let's get into this thing, man. First of all, I just want to tell you, I want to give a mad shout out to the digital nomad investor, because he's the one who turned me on to this Xrp Manifesto. We're going to talk about that for sure, because the way I see it is really unfolding right before our very eyes, and it's more and more clear that this is the direction that we're going in. This XRP Manifesto is without question, to me, it looks like where we're going, especially now that Kava Labs is up and running. Their mainnet is up and running with those collateralized debt positions on Kava Labs. I think that is going to be huge, and I think major players are going to participate in it. When I say major players, I think in banks and nations will take advantage of that. Kava Labs with the collateralized debt positions, talking about the USDX as a placeholder name for some type of stablecoin. And I could have sworn that I just saw something where Tether is doing a gold-backed stablecoin. Tether, of all people. So this is the thing that looks like to me. This is where we're going forward. This is going to be the narrative going forward. Is that all these currencies are going to have, each nation is going to have their own currency, and these currencies, fiat dollars or, some stablecoin of some form is going to be backed by gold. Looks like that. Aiden Trader, what's going on, young man? How are you, bro? Things are good, bro. Everything's good with you. Hope your pops is well. Tell him I said, what's up? So that's what it looks like we're going, guys. It looks like we're going to this place where each nation's going to have their own, their own digital currency, and it's going to be backed by gold. I've said this before. It's like you got to pay attention to the fact that China is buying gold at a rapid pace, right? Russia is buying gold. So the top nations, especially the top 5 nations, it's just as of late, these last 3 to 5 years, it's just been massively stockpiling gold. It is becoming more clear now that the reason that they're doing it is it looks like to me that each nation is going to have their own digital currency, and it's going to be backed by gold. And XRP is going to play a major part in the countries being able to do any kind of trade amongst themselves, from digital currency to digital currency. And because, right, they're not going to want to be taking the country's currency. They don't want to get the currency that they want back, whatever that might be. And XRP is going to be that bridge asset. What up, bro? What's going on? Finally seeing your face. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I made a decision to do that, and to kind of elevate the channel and kind of do some things going forward with the XRP community. So just a background on that, the digital asset investor did a live stream. He said he was going to reveal his face, and I said if he does a live stream and reveals his face, because he's not usually a guy to do live streams, then I will do a live stream and I will show my face. And going forward, that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to elevate the channel and do some really, really good things. So, Grimes, what's going on, man? So, guys, please smash the like buttons on the way in. There's 37 people in here and 8 likes. Definitely appreciate you doing that. That definitely helps the channel and supports the channel. Let me go over this XRP manifesto. There's so many good things to go over. I didn't really know where to start, but I tell you, I got to do this, man. I got to start with this manifesto. And this is from the digital nomad investor, like really, really sharp guy in the community. And he has a background, kind of a government contractor, if you will, type background in the geopolitical world. And he started turning us on, to kind of the narratives that can take place in the geopolitical world, and how we could, like he likes to put it, kind of fine tune our XRP radar. So I'm just going to read you some of this. And again, this is major kudos, a major shout out to the digital nomad investor. And it says up here, XRP Manifesto, the geopolitical events leading to XRP being used by the IMF for global liquidity. And that's why I think we're going without question. I think there's, it's a reason why the people from Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Lawson hanging out with Christine Lagarde when she was at the IMF was a big reason for that. And so here's some of the things that kind of make it up, and which kind of leads both me and the digital nomad investor to really, really look at the bigger picture of what's going to happen with XRP. So one of the things that kind of happens is, like they always tell us what they're going to do. The powers that be, they always tell us what they're going to do. They may not tell us the end game. They're not going to show us the checkmate move, but they will tell us what's kind of going on based upon what they put in mainstream media. And so global tensions is one of them, the corporate debt as a whole, and look for increased exposure. Obviously, Christine Lagarde got major exposure. Now it's just going to be, whoever the IMF manager director is. That's Mark Carney. I believe it's Mark Carney now. So think about the global tensions. Think about the trade wars that have been going on between China and the USA and all the tariff talks that they've been constantly going back and forth with, you move, then I move, you move, then I move type deal. Then the USA, Iran tensions. And did I just not see something in the news about Iran and I'm not sure if it was Iraq or Iran, but they were talking about the internet, like they shut down like the internet and all of that stuff so that people couldn't be using it, as a way to, I don't even know if I want to use the word punish, but almost like send you in a corner, send the people in the nation in a corner so they can't complain about all the stuff that's going on in that country. It says when either or both of these increase, look for oil prices to rise. When oil prices rise, look for drops in the U.S. stock market. So that's yet to happen. When U.S. stock markets drop, look for similar reactions to Japan, Asian markets, and globally. Now, that is the thing that I think is right in everyone's face today, right? During these events, watch for U.S. mainstream media to accelerate the crisis topics and to put overall fear by pounding on debt topics like personal debt, whether that be credit card debt or student loan debt. Then they're going to start talking about corporate debt. So start looking for the companies where they're talking about with major corporate debt. And me, that be corporate and bank debts. We all kind of know what's going on with Deutsche Bank right now. That's a mess, and that's a big, big mess that's happening as well. So look for an emphasis on corporate debt as the bad guy, because it's easier for citizens to be angry. So the Deutsche Bank would be a prime example of that corporate debt. To be angry at corporations than student or credit card holders, right? So they're going to really start pushing the Deutsche Bank thing. I saw an article about them being $64 trillion in the hole and with derivatives, on their books. So that's massive in a lot of ways. And an easy thing for mainstream media to do is to put the banks, if you will, as the bad guys in the overall picture of things. It says this has and will segue into the U.S. debt, right? And I'm going to show you some stuff about the U.S. debt as well. I talked about Deutsche Bank last video. I won't do it this time, but the U.S. debt is just out of hand, right? 22 trillion. I thought it was up to 27 trillion. And then global debt is 250 trillion dollars as well. Look for increased exposure about Madame Lagarde. I talked about that. Now it's going to be Mark Carney, but they've already done a lot of that already. We've seen her, all over the place, and now they're just talking about her in the ECB. Interestingly enough, that the ECB is going to be a significant player in this whole new transformation. Significant player, right? And so that's just part one. Let me go over to part two. Global debt. After the mainstream media has talked about the above debts and how they are rising and defaulting out of control, global debt will be the prominent focus until the final details to start the financial crisis are in place. This topic will be how the global economy is at risk of imploding, causing the global economy to implode if something isn't done to fix it. Mainstream media will be in a scripted panic mode, right? Because old money, right, gets them the script, right? Because they're the ones who own all these different mainstream media outlets, whether it be CNBC or NBC or Bloomberg, it doesn't matter, right? And then they're going to, the next step to that is going to be the central bank debt. Madame Lagarde is always on the central banks in some way, shape, form, or fashion. The financial crisis will be started. Mainstream media panic ensues. Everything that happens during a crisis, recession occurs, but this time the emphasis isn't on the U.S. economy. It will be on the global economy and global economy implosion. This financial crisis will dwarf the 2008 crisis, which dwarfed the 1998 crisis. Each crisis has to be larger than the last one, right? Jim Rickards said that in a couple of his books. Currency Wars for one of them. So this is the next step in that is to cue the IMF. This is when the IMF will step in and do what's necessary. And they will say that they have a plan to save the global economy. Remember, Mark Carney is intimately familiar with all things XRP and the XRP ledger and the IOP, right? Bank of England, right? One of Ripplenet's customers. So he's very, very familiar about this asset, this digital asset that can help solve the challenge in the global economy. This is where it's important for, I'm just going to put Mark Carney to be more of a facial recognition by the general public. Citizens need to at least have seen him before, and that's obviously, he makes bold statements the way he has. We all know that. Everybody knows who's paying attention, know who Mark Carney is. The IMF will insist that the central bank's unsustainable debt is the root cause for the global liquidity debt problem, and they have a plan to save the global economy by paying off the central bank debts. Why the IMF? They have no debt, so they can pay the debt of others. So that's part 2, and I'm gonna go over part 3 just really quick. Again, this is coming from DNI, so this is, and I agree with a lot of it. So this is just, kind of the way we see things, right? This is our speculative view on what could possibly happen. The IMF bailout package, working with Ripple, the IMF, again, Mark Carney, very, very familiar with the people from Ripple and this digital asset that is XRP. So working with Ripple, the IMF will accumulate through gifting or buying a quantity of XRP to couple with the existing SDR to form a new financial instrument called an ESDR. The name, who knows what the name is going to be, but it's more about the concept more so than anything. This ESDR that has been or will be distributed by the central banks as a bailout to eliminate their debt, and some left over for the powers that be, similar to the 2008 bailout, right? They're going to have some as well. Once the IMF makes this announcement, it is expected that this huge catalyst will spike the price of XRP to a level that the central banks can pay off their debt. If it doesn't, they can explore the Shane Ellis theory. They can explore the Shane Ellis theory of buy, slant, sell, wall price escalation, or the Ripple patented method of doing the same thing. I got to do more homework on the Ripple patented method. I know something. Bob Wade pointed it out at one point when he was out, amongst the XRP community, but I don't remember exactly what it is. It is preferable that market forces raise the price of XRP. New global reserve currency. Somewhere along the introduction of the ESDR is that it will replace the USD as the global reserve currency. The U.S., and listen to this phrase as I'm going to point this out to you again, the U.S. has weaponized the USD and SWIFT for far too long, and the rest of the world will no longer tolerate it. So remember that phrase. Remember I said that. Bailout accomplished, the level playing field we have been hearing about has been introduced, and it remains to be seen how it will play out. There are many, and he put that in all caps, so just understand that. There are many other events and actions that have to take place for this to play out. These are just the geopolitical highlights that we as XRP investors can focus on. So guys, I just wanted to point that out to you. Again, I went over that really, really quick because I just want you guys to kind of get, to really start to think. Because the best way as a retail investor, in my opinion, is to be 2 and 3 steps ahead of the game, right? Because what that does allows you to do is to let the game come to you, and you don't chase the game. Unfortunately, the masses are going to be chasing the game. Unfortunately, it sucks. But unfortunately, the masses will be chasing the game instead of letting the game come to them. Because unfortunately, the masses don't pay attention until mainstream media, which ultimately is old money, tells them, okay, pay attention. Then they start to pay attention. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And so what I love about what DNI is doing, what the digital nomad investor is doing for us in this XRP community, is allowing us to be 2 and 3 steps ahead of the game. It is so important, guys. It's so important. It's so important to get that. And also what that Xrp Manifesto does is allows you to really kind of get the bigger picture. If you've been in the community for a while, if you've been on the Twitter, I'm going to point out some things on Twitter as well. Can you see some of the things that he's talking about? Can you see how it's been playing out? Right? Let me make sure I got some stuff here. I don't want to miss anybody's comments. So what do you got? Is that manifesto not on point Does it seem like it's being laid out step by step by step by step? And it may not be in the exact order, but the fact that, I mean, it was, I don't know, 10 or 12 different things there, but the fact that you see 3, 4, and 5 of those things from the manifesto being laid out, I think is massive. I messaged him, not messaged, but I chatted with him on Brad Kimes' stream about how his manifesto was coming to life. So I had to do a stream about that, right? What do you guys think about that manifesto? You're good? Okay, that's good. All right, that's fine. It's good to meet Cliff. All right, what did I miss here? On the road, but definitely listen. TJ Jackson, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here, man. That's what you do on the road, right? You got to get that drive time in, that drive time university, as I like to call it, right? Leveling up that XRP IQ. It's good to see you in the stream, brother. With confidence, you have won even before you have started, without question. Clifford Hudson, what's going on, dude? And remember, greedy capitalists will not keep XRP at 26 cents for too long. No doubt, bro. That's without question. Without question. Happy Sunday, Mr. Leroy. What's going on? What's up, GRB Investment Solutions? How you doing? M. Grimes, thank you. JS, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Only guy with the brain on YouTube. I appreciate you, bro. Got the XRP community is massive, man. The content creator is massive. I got to tell you. And guys, by the way, back up Brad Kimes' Telegram chat, Investment Perspective Telegram chat is open. He said it was open for the weekend. So if you guys are not part of that, definitely go on Telegram and see if you guys can get into that, man. I'm telling you, a lot of information there. Great deep dives. Mr. B, Michael Hamilton. Great deep divers, I should say. Mickey B. Fresh. Michael Hamilton. Charles Hunter, just to name a few. He said Bob didn't state what his patent is, unfortunately. Yeah, I remember something about the patented method. Ripple's patented method. I remember him talking about it. I have to see if I can find that, David Webb. Crypto Siege. XRP Carolina, what's good, brother? How are you? Look at the sock. What does this say? Look at the sock puppets always hating on XRP with fake accounts. Yeah. I tell you, I don't get on Twitter unless I'm looking to get some information real quick. I snatch that info up and I'm off of Twitter, man. It's unbelievable. Telling people to sell. I know, right? It's just crazy, Josh AT. This is just crazy. And these bots, right? I'm wondering who's doing that. Like, really, who's doing it? Matthew, what is going on, bro? Life is good, man. How are you? What does this say? Look at... Okay, I said it already. Yeah, I saw that, Josh AT. He's crazy. Always need to be ahead of the game, David Webb. That is without question. You want to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the game. Josh AT says, keep stacking XRP. Could another dip, grab some XRP if you can. Yeah, there could be another one. I snatched some up yesterday. Snatched some up yesterday. Without question, tons of it, as a matter of fact. This is nuts. What's going on? What's going on, my friend? The old saying, buy the rumors, resell the news. That's right. Win. Yeah. Who's this? Aiden Trading. Thank you, brother. CJ is the man. Aiden Trading. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat, brother. I appreciate that, man. I tell you, just so much respect for you and what you're doing with your channel, man. I am almost, I'm almost envious, right? Because I know envious is not a good way to be, but I tell you, I admire you. It's just such a young age to be in a space, not only be in a space, to be an XRP hodler, to do the things you got to do, whatever it is, chores or whatever you're doing, to get your cash so that you can buy XRP, man. Much respect, dude. Much respect. That's right, Glenford Hudson. That's an excellent advice. Listen to everyone, but always come to your own conclusion. Be the control of your own mind, right? My mentor used to say that to me all the time. Listen to everyone, take in information, but always make sure that the end result comes from the product of your own conclusion. Your own conclusion, absolutely. Howdy, fam. Grad Barlinghouse. What is going on, dude? I'm going to start calling you GB, brother. I love that name. Aiden Trading, good to you. Yeah. Absolutely. Another $4.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, look at Aiden Trading. This Mr. Leroy said, yep, you are a natural leader, Aiden. with a very bright future ahead of you. I mean, just without question, right? Just, man, impressive. Impressive, absolutely impressive. So just think about that, guys, the XRP manifesto and how it's kind of working, and what it's looking like. It's a really, really major thing. And I love the fact that we as XRP community members can turn to people like DNI, and we can get that, we can get the information so that we can be ahead, but more importantly, so that we can have this resolve and this calm and this peace about our investment, right? Because we see these things laid out, and it's so cool for the average Joe and Jane like we are to be able to do that, to be in a position to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the masses, and a lot of the wealthy masses who have no clue what's even going on in this space. Right? You got some people making, 1 to 5 million a year, have no clue about what's going on with XRP. You got to think about that. Have no clue, and here we are, and we do know, and we can be better prepared. And I love it. I love that we got this community, and that we're at this point where we're so far ahead, because we're going to be, without question, guys, listen, we are going to be, without question, the new wealth. We will become the new wealthy. That's without question. And I love it because we got a bunch of good people here, right? And so, to whom much is given, if you will, much is expected, right? And so we all know that we'll go out there and we'll do some really, really good things. We'll give back, and we'll set up nice foundations or become part of nice foundations to give back, right? And so this new wealth is going to be game changer. Well, yeah, the Shane Ellis there, yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of it. It's basically saying this, that XRP, the reason why I can get to the 589 without having all this massive things happen before that is because of the buy and sell pressure, essentially. And, when one or two institutions get on there and start to create that buy and sell pressure, that price can go up easily because there won't be as much of it available. It won't be available. And so I love his theory. That's it, kind of it in a nutshell. But I'm a big fan of that Shane Ellis theory. One day I will do a stream on it and talk about it. It says, Acid Burn Van Wyck says, hey, brother, glad I caught your live stream. Glad you're here, bro. Much greetings from Cape Town, South Africa, man. Good to be here, man. I'm glad that you are here, brother. Been watching your vids forever. Well, I'm glad you made it on the stream, man. All the way from South Africa. That is excellent. We are already in line before the building is built. Without question, M. Grimes. Taylor Eckhart, what's going on? Hi, Crypto Siege, first time on your channel. Oh, wow. I always see you in Brad Time streams. I'm glad you're here, my friend. It's such a pleasure to be here and listen to you. How very fortunate we are to be in the XRP community and what such great people. I thank you, man. Absolutely. We're blessed, Taylor. We are blessed without question to be part of the XRP community. I got to check out this XRPArmyNews.com. We got to check that out. I went to the website. I didn't download the app, and I'm going to look into it some more because Brad Collins was saying some good things about it, so I'm definitely going to check it out. But let's go into some other stuff that I have here as well. Google Translate. So here's this thing, guys. So here's an interesting thing, right? So the stable coin, Tether introduces a new gold-backed stable coin. It's just interesting to me that how Tether continues to be in this game. But the fact that they're even looking to do it is just massive in itself. It says here the crypto world is seeing a huge influx of gold-backed stable currencies. Now Tether is adding a new one to the mix. And just the idea that they're doing it, to me, is interesting into itself. It's not really much to this article. The world could see the new Tether Gold cryptocurrency by the time Christmas rolls around this year. What is it about Christmas that seems to bring either great renown or floor-scraping gutter waves to the crypto space? Remember 2017 to the holiday season when the number one cryptocurrency by market cap, we were talking about Bitcoin reaches all-time high of nearly 20,000. The memories are less fresh than the ones of Bitcoin during Christmas the following year when it was traded for a measly 3,500. Tether's new product emerges at a time when many other crypto-based platforms seem to be getting the same idea. For example, a company that dabbles in stable currencies and its plans for a new gold-backed stablecoin. So cool. Live, you recently reported on coin shares, right? And so that is going to be the narrative going forward. But in the end, a stablecoin is just a digital form of fiat money, which means in the end, it will need a bridge asset because it's just essentially some form of a wall guard. It will need a bridge asset like XRP. Gold tokens are appealing due to a confluence of events, weakening real interest rates and weakening national currencies, combined with increasing regulatory clarity around non-security tokens and the natural appeal of gold to investors. Absolutely. So that to me it's just another step forward. What is ultimately going to happen? Every nation with their own digital currency, and they're going to call it whatever they're going to call it. It's going to be some form of a stable coin, but in the end, XRP will have to move it. See, Google Cubic and Google Pay to launch transit cards for Android phones. I'm not going to cover that. There's the XRP. Let's go over this. Let's go over some of these things here that I saved. Is this mine? Let's talk about a couple of these things. You want to talk about? I'm going to let you guys. I'm hopefully this will be big enough for you guys to read this from Putin at this conference. So I'm going to do this. We start this over, and you should be able to read it. Hopefully. You know, to me, the biggest thing about that. Could you guys read that? If I'm going to play it again, and I'll read it to you. But to me, I'll read the captions. But I'm going to play that video again. So, are you guys? Did you not check the people on that panel, the other people on the panel's faces? Could you see how uncomfortable each and every single one of them was listening to Putin do his thing, talking about the U.S. dollar, talking about the U.S., talking about how manipulative the U.S. has been? The facial expressions of those people on there is unbelievable. Yeah, please smash the like buttons on the way in, guys. I definitely appreciate it. It definitely helps the channel. I'm going to play it again, and I'm going to read. Thanks, brother. And South Africa is part of BRICS. We absolutely, man, happy for you guys too. Acid, Bird, Dan Wick, happy for you guys. Absolutely happy for you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna play it again. Poot Daddy is telling the truth. U.S. government. Listen, it's true. I'm gonna play it again, but you can't argue it. You know, the United States has been doing what it has been doing with that SWIFT thing for a long time. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it to you. So you guys, because I know you guys can't hear it, but I'm going to read it to you. Let me try it again. Says the dollar enjoyed great trust around the world. It was almost the only universal currency in the world. For some reason, the U.S. began to use dollar settlements as a tool for political struggle, imposing restrictions on the use of the dollars. They began to bite the hand that feeds them. They'll collapse soon. Many countries in the world began turning away from the U.S. using the dollar as a reserve currency. They restrict Iran and its dollar settlements. They impose some restrictions on Russia and other countries. This undermines confidence in the dollar. Isn't it clear? They're destroying the dollar with their own hands. Bold. Like he has always been that way. Always been that way. He's a smart guy, and he's not afraid to tell the truth. And so that is huge in a lot of ways, and that speaks exactly to what is in the Xrp Manifesto. Countries around the world, that's what BRICS is about. BRICS is about, where's the BRICS thing? BRICS is about going around SWIFT in the US dollar. That's what it's about. That is 100% what it's about. So let me see if you guys can even hear this.
The cryptocurrency to do that. That would translate their currencies into a single cryptocurrency that is then used through the system and creating a payment system that would go around SWIFT. But how do you do that when they're creating a payment system that would go around SWIFT? But how do you do that when you have 5 major countries that all have their own currencies? And one of the ways they're doing that is by using possibly cryptocurrency to do that. That would translate their currencies into a single cryptocurrency that is then used through the system and then formulated, I guess, when it gets into their country, back into their own personal currency. So essentially, you're taking currency from one, sending it through as a cryptocurrency, and then back on the other end into transforming it into another. They're creating a payment.
That is where we're going. So, Acid, I played that for you, my friend. But that is where we're going. That is exactly where we're going, and that's why Putin is saying what he's saying. And so, BRICS is a real thing. And it's essentially saying this is where we are. We're tired of having to deal with SWIFT and how they manipulate themselves and cut you off here and cut you off there. Same thing with the U.S. dollar. Same thing with the U.S. dollar. And so this is a real deal. Those guys sitting around the table signing something, right? This is what's going to happen. This is the move that we're going to make, right? So it's huge. It's that Brazil, Russia, Iran, China, and South Africa, right? Believe it. That's the nations. Think about how significant that is. And then you got this guy saying that they're still going to need this XRP, this bridge asset, to exchange, or whatever the fiat currency is, until the other fiat currency. Still going to need the bridge asset that is XRP. It's unfolding. XRP Manifesto is unfolding right in front of our very eyes. We just have to pay attention to it. And that's one of the reasons why I got more XRP yesterday, because I was just about good. I was gonna up the ante on the other digital asset that I think is going to just do all kind of crazy things, and that's VeChain. But I said, you know what? I'm just going to get more of this greatest digital asset ever created. It's generational wealth without question. It's generational wealth without question. Generational wealth time, and if we're in a position to do it. Acid Burn says, with BRICS, small countries like South Africa have the backing of Russia and China. The USA would not dare attack us because the saying goes, the guy with the bigger gun always wins, right? And we're not going to do that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Absolutely. And they know that. The U.S. knows it. This BRICS thing is a real thing. And the question is, what's the next move? What's the next move? Thank King CJ. Thank you, is that Cadillac? Love it. Perfect DNI. Go check out his channel if you haven't yet. Yes, Crypto Mike, without question. It's good to see you in the stream, man. Good to see you in the stream. Again, it's about, tuning that XRP radar so you can be ahead of the game. That's what I was saying earlier in the stream, Crypto Mike. It's about being 2 or 3 steps ahead of the game. Glenford Hudson says, XRP is a guaranteed success as long as this civilization is intact. Yes, I hear you, bro. I hear you. I haven't been more bullish than I've been. I couldn't be any more bullish than I am today. It's just amazing. Amazing what's going on. And again, if you're paying attention, if you're able to be 2 or 3 steps ahead, you can strengthen your resolve in the things you make. I was listening to some YouTubers today, and they were talking about how they pay themselves first. So and they move to a different country and all those different things like that. And they were talking about saving, but saving to invest, right? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki talks about that, right? Don't just save it to invest. And we're in a position to do that. I wish Sanchez Simpson would get back on the stream. I may even have him do a call-in one time. But here's a guy who's 21 years old, and I can imagine Aiden Trade's probably doing the same thing. But 21 years old, and he mentioned in the stream for the last 2 years straight, every single week, which is a discipline. You got, right? Every single week. Every single week. He saved and put it in his XRP. And bought XRP. Think about that. Massive. We're in a position to do the same thing. And thanks to XRP community members and XRP content creators, that allows a guy like Sanchez to have confidence in what he's doing going forward, to have a certain resolve about his investment, to get more information about his investment, to learn more about the greatest digital asset that he holds. Okay, bless your week. Thank you, Cadillac. Hello from Rancho Cucamonga? Wow. Where is Rancho Cucamonga? Isaac Roberto Acosta. I've never heard of that. Brian, what's going on? Absolutely. I see you have more people in your stream than the last one. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, I have to get rid of all that technical difficulty, right? So that is, I mean, so think about that. BRICS thing is massive. And listen, guys, it's massive in so many ways. And the fact that, you know, it's publicized, that's not an accident. You think it's an accident that they got the people from those five nations together on TV? And they could have done that behind closed doors if they wanted to. They could have done that behind closed doors. They were sending the message. It's the reason why I was out there on mainstream media for everyone to see. It's the reason why they're saying, you know, a workaround, if you will, not having to deal with the U.S. and not having to deal with the U.S. dollar, not having to deal with SWIFT. It's a reason why they're putting that out there. You know? There's a reason for that. Every word connects to reality. That's right. South Carolina. That's in South Carolina? Oh, my goodness. I guess I should have known that. Excellent. Well, good to see you on the stream, Isaac. Isaac Roberto Acosta. I love that name. Brian Shark. Oh, thank you, Brian. Thanks for the $5 super chat, brother. I appreciate that. Keep it up. I definitely will, man. I love doing what I do here. What are your thoughts on, so what does it say? Reign Supreme says, what are your thoughts on Kava and Cosmos? Just logging in. It's great question, man. For me, I think that the world that exists today will not exist without debt. And I think that big money, real money, is not going to get into the digital asset space, which is this new asset class, unless they are required to get some form of credit or debt. They're just not going to do it. They just won't enter it. And so Kava Labs, in my opinion, working on with Cosmos to put together these collateralized debt positions is massive. Is massive in a lot of ways. I think the DeFi space is massive in a lot of ways. And I'm excited that Kava is, that the Spring was able to invest in Kava and help them do the thing that they need to do. And so I think it's going to be massive, reign supreme. And I think again, it's going to allow for people who have, collateralized their XRP, who have a lot of XRP, who have a lot of Bitcoin, because it is going to be Bitcoin as well. I think it's going to be Kava tokens, Bitcoin, and XRP initially, and maybe even Cosmos tokens, I'm not sure. But it's going to allow them to collateralize their debt. Because in the end, what they want is the XRP to not be in someone's Ledger Nano S. They want it to be in a platform where it can be used. You don't lose it, where it can be used. Whether you're going to get interest off of it, whether you're going to loan it to people, whether you're going to take a loan on it. They want it. They want to be able to use it. And so if it's on Kava, it takes away the supply that's available in a lot of ways. And so everything Cosmos and Kava is brilliant, reign supreme, and I think it's going to be huge in a lot of ways. I love that their mainnet is actually up and running, so they're going forward with this thing. And just think about this, reign supreme. Think about the fact that you know about Kava and Cosmos, and the masses have no idea. Think about that, how significant that is, that you know about Kava and Cosmos, and the masses have no idea. That you know, and I'm assuming that you're an XRP hodler, right? That you'll be in a position to take some of that XRP and collateralize it. I truly believe that most of us will be able to just live off the interest, depending on how much you have from your XRP holdings, and will never have to cash in. I think just like with this Google Pay thing over here, where is that at? Where was that? Nope. Where was that? Right here. You see how Cubic and Google Pay to launch transit cards for Android? You're saying it's transit, right? Look what China does. China is all over this kind of stuff for people to live their lives. And I think that one day we're all going to be doing it. I'm a big fan of Android phones, right? Cubic and Google have collaborated to simplify how travelers pay for their journeys. And that's an easy kind of test to kind of see how things work, right? And we're all, in my opinion, one day are going to be doing things just like this. All over this country and all over the space, especially the major nations. But China already lives like this. Japan, for the most part, lives like this as well. It says that Cubic Transportation Systems and Google have signed an agreement to integrate contactless transit cards with Google Pay, making it faster and easier for travelers to use their mobile phones to pay for journeys without the need to unlock their devices. I mean, this kind of stuff going forward, Google Ventures, never forget Google Ventures invested in Ripple in the early seed investing. Never forget it. They know what's going on with Ripple. They know what's going on with Ripple. And they know the power that is Ripple. Let me show you a diagram, Reign Supreme. Make sure I got it right. Let me show you this diagram here. Speaking of Kava, look about this. Talk about this sourcing global liquidity. I think all of these diagrams are from Status. If you have not checked out his website, his or her website, you should check it out. It's status.hr. A lot of great, Status right here. Twitter says Twitter as Status. A lot of great graphics there. It says sourcing global liquidity. Think about, I'm going to read the right side first. Smart contracts with Codius, micropayments, right, with people like Coil, for example. Instant cross-border settlements, that's going on right now, MoneyGram. Securities and the FX market, security settlements and the FX. Think about that. Spring boldly says that they're going into the $5 trillion a day market in the FX market. That's what they're looking to attack. Boldly saying that. And you got to think when these little things come out and they boldly say a thing, right? Because generally you don't play your hand, right? If you're smart, you don't let the competition know what's going. But when you know you're so far ahead of the game, you're able to make bold moves like saying we're going to attack the $5 trillion a day FX market. Business to business payments is part of MoneyGram as well, I would think. Bridge currency, XRP is a bridge currency. XRP is a store of value. That is the key right there. When XRP, this bridge asset utility token, begins to show the world its store of value, it's all over. It is all over. And Kava, Reign Supreme, is a big part of that store of value in the equation. They're a big part of that. Medium of exchange between countries, right? Right? Think about that. Sourcing global liquidity. And never ever forget this. They took it off their site. But Ripple at one time had on their site, our goal in game was to become the world's reserve currency. The world's reserve currency. World reserve global currency. And they had it on there. They took it down. And it doesn't mean that everybody's going to be using XRP in another nation to pay off their cell phone. It just means that it's going to be used as a bridge asset through all these different nations. It's a bridge currency, the world's reserve. In other words, everyone in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whatever the lane that it's in, cross-border payments, coil and subscription, whatever it is, it's going to be used worldwide in some way, shape, form, or fashion, which is just massive. And here's the thing here. Some of the things that just Spring alone, which is the spinoff, right? Ripple started that spinoff to create other use cases for XRP. It's important for it to be without question. It's important for XRP without question to be a utility token. That's why Spring was created. So when the SEC comes out, whatever, when they ever come out with it, it's going to be very, very obvious. And they're going to have things like this to be able to point to why they decided XRP is not a security. Of course, they decided this a long time ago. And look at the things that they have been doing. Look at all the different things here. Bolt Labs, Vega, $500 million plus invested already by Spring. $500 million plus, right? Bolt Labs, Vega, CoinMe, XRP Labs with our friend Vitse Vin, Toho Labs. I'm not familiar with Toho Labs, but I remember hearing about that. Forte, the big time gaming platform. Equilibrium. There's Kava, reign supreme. There's Kava right there. Big player in the space. That's why it's big in letters there. Bread, which is a wallet. Coil, we all know about Coil. BitPay. Omni. Strata Labs. I don't even know what this little one here is. Dharma. Don't sleep on Dharma. Raised in Space. I think Dharma was the debt platform that deals with corporate and bank debt. I believe that's what Dharma was. Don't quote me on that. Securitized, security tokens, major, along with Kava, securitized, financial instruments, Wall Street, big money will be taking advantage of securitized and Kava Labs. And then the big one is MoneyGram, right? And the reason why MoneyGram is so big, like I've said this before on my channel, I believe 100%, in fact, I believe 1,000%, that MoneyGram and its use of XRP is old money, real money, and institutional money's proof of concept. Those three people in those three categories, they can look at MoneyGram and its business model and the use of XRP, and they'll be able to make intelligent and informed decisions on how valuable it is to use XRP. You get that? Because they can understand when MoneyGram does their quarter 3 reports and does their quarter 4 reports, and they can get the numbers and they can look at, you know, the little hints that MoneyGram puts out about revenue streams, right? They get that and they'll understand that, right? So to me, it's always been the proof of concept for old money. So MoneyGram, we already know that they're doing their things with Walmart. And so this to me is saying these are the potential people that can eventually do business with MoneyGram, because MoneyGram, it's regulated. It can do everything it needs to do without the SEC or anyone else coming in and messing with them. It's a regulated entity. They've checked all the boxes. So you see here Walmart. I see CVS on here. Of course SBI, right? Of course SBI. I mean, it got Wegmans on here, which is like a grocery store, a higher end, better food quality of food grocery store, right? So I said CVS already. Standard Bank, right? To me, these are all potential business partners for MoneyGram. The Westpac, Citibank, BFC. So, I mean, when you think about it, it's absolutely 100% huge what's going on. I love this diagram. Absolutely love this diagram. Speaking of SBI, let me read you this. Don't forget that Yoshitaka Katao stated that the top 20 global banks will be using XRP in 2019. Yes, I don't know how many banks are using it right now. I know, what is this? Something came out, 24 using the ODL. So that would be banks, financial institutions, right? Over 300 partners, 24 using XRP. I believe that was announced at using the ODL, on-demand liquidity. I believe that was announced as well. Please correct me on the numbers if I'm not mistaken, but I believe that's correct. It was over 300 partners and 24 on the ODL. Keep in mind that he owns 13% of Ripple and 30% of SBI Ripple Asia. So as a big investor, he most likely has the knowledge of future plans. Massive, guys, right? Absolutely massive. Let me go into the chat here and see what is going on. So Kava again reigns supreme. I think it's going to be huge. BRICS, we are the first one. We are the first. The rest will follow. 196 country out there. BRICS is just 5. That's right, Acid Burn. Very true. California. Okay, that makes more sense. South Carolina didn't make sense at first. What's good? What's good? 179, Kevin. How are you? The stream is jumping. You always need someone to walk through the door first. Those steps have just been done with bricks. Absolutely. You're a smart guy, Answer Burns. Assuming you're a guy, you're a smart guy. The XRP YouTube is always getting attacked in comments by saying, yeah, I know, it's crazy. They speak on the U.S. dollar in the past tense. It's a done deal. TJ Jackson. Yep, and the U.S. knows it. Those days of the dollar, being a world reserve currency, in my opinion, are numbered. They're numbered, and we know it. Don't think for a second that the Donald doesn't know that. Don't think for a second that President Trump does not know that. He knows it without question. BNB, I heard BNB too, I think. Binance Coin is kind of doing its thing, It's really kind of doing its thing. I had a few, I got rid of them and got more XRP. Good night, Acid Burn. Good night, my friend. Thanks for hopping on the stream, man. I appreciate you being here. 416 Cripple, how you doing? Think about how many of the world's population know about, let alone invested in digital assets, then XRP, then Kava. I mean, I know I want to get some Kava tokens. I think I don't even know where to go to get it. Do I got to go to Kava.io? Because I think Kava is going to be huge. I mean, I think it's going to be massive, right? Because it's going to be. I think the point of it is you got to use Kava in some way, shape, or form to take advantage of the DeFi and the collateralized depositions with Kava and Cosmos. Am I not right about that? 416 Kava crypto. Let me know, please. 179 Kevin, what is good, my friend? Glad you're in the stream, man. Reign Supreme says Kava is a cross-chain DeFi platform offering collateralized loans and stablecoins for users of major cryptos. Okay, so it is, okay, Atom is Cosmos' thing, right? Bitcoin, XRP, Binance has got in there. Interesting, etc. That Binance, BNB got in on that. I remember seeing CZ Binance, excited the fact that they launched. Interesting that Binance is on there. Interesting. It is supported by over 100 plus business entities around the world, including prominent crypto funds and major crypto projects like Ripple and Cosmos. Yep, Kava is going to be huge. Josh JT says soon nodes and validators. The 20 XRP reserved for each wallet will be voted on soon. Oh, they're coming up for a vote for that as well. It's going to be less by next month after votes. Yeah. Yeah, I did not know that. I knew there was a vote coming up on it because, 20, price gets up there, you can get expensive, right? To have that 20 in there and as a minimum. Just got in from the Taurus. Okay, Devon Steve, what's going on? Binance. I know, Binance is huge, man. Reign Supreme, Binance is huge. We will be the next 1%, says M. Grimes. Absolutely. This is a chance, right? That's what I always say at the end of my stream. We're in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? That's the question. Are you participating? And don't get fooled by this. You got to have a minimum of 1,000 to. You got time. You got time. Do like the young 21-year-old guy is doing every single week. Every single week you have to make a decision. To get some XRP, right? Just like the young 21-year-old guy, just like Aiden Train is doing. PoonDX, okay. W2 says PoonDX. M. Ant said, what's up, my friend? What's going on, M. Ant? Deep Mind Lab Visionary. What's up, C's? What I missed? Well, we started off talking about the Xrp Manifesto, a manifesto that the awesome digital nomad investor put together, bro. We went over those. Really, really good stuff. M. Ant says, what do you think about Cardano? I like Cardano. I think Charles Hoskinson is a smart guy. I think he's a smart guy, but I just, what I looked at is when I decided to narrow it down, because I had Cardano, I had some Hollow at one point. I had some EOS. I still have a little bit of EOS. I just decided that ultimately it was going to be 2 or 3 main ones that would really prove themselves out in terms of use case. And I just decided it would be XRP and VeChain. But Cardano does a lot of things. I know it's used a ton. I wouldn't say a ton, but I say it is used out in Japan. But I like Cardano, what they're doing. Minimum of 1,000 for what? Sounds like I missed a lot. Minimum of, who said a minimum of 1,000? Did I say that? Deep Mind Lab Visionaire. 416 cryptos. Cardano surpasses ETH. Now you saying that happened? That didn't happen yet. But I heard someone saying that before too, that they thought Cardano could do that. I don't know. But I just think that for me, I'm looking at what's the thing that could possibly pop off before the XRP does, and that's still 50-50 on whether XRP can pop off before anything else. It's still 50-50. XRP, in my opinion, still has a good chance to pop up before everything else, even before the bull run. So my thing was VeChain would probably one that people would look at when the masters start to get in. They'll see VeChain. They'll see that unique use case, and they were always, Sonny Liew is a smart guy, and he's always making new partnerships, and they're in their own lane, doing their own thing. I saw something earlier today about them being able to they got some kind of thing going on where they can kind of catch bad actors and catch bad guys from, getting on the blockchain and doing kind of crazy stuff. So like hackers or something like that. I saw. Will you buy VeChain? Says Isaac Roberto Acosta. Affirmative. Have VeChain, my friend. I do have VeChain. And again, you have to do your own homework, do your own due diligence. I saw something from someone about a $2.50 VeChain, just kind of based on the numbers and the fundamentals behind it during this next bull run. Who knows? I don't know. I see it as being one of those coins, for a penny or less, that's going to do something big because it has its own unique use case. You can't argue at all that it's a shit coin, or you can't argue any of that. They have a team, they have a CEO who's visible, who's on Twitter, who's out making moves, who's publicly showing his face. They have their own unique case. They have a project and a blockchain that works. Can't argue it. Really can't argue it. And they're looking to grow. You can't sleep on China because China's a bunch of people. A bunch of people means a major support. Big communities really help a project grow. It helps a project grow. So they have a big community. It's not as big as XRP, but they have a big community, right? Dakota Shipley, what is going on? How are you? At work, man. I'm glad you had a chance to check in, bro. Deep Mind Lab Visionaire says, will revisit VeChain. Couldn't understand how the coin will increase in price with utility. I understand enterprise can use the blockchain without using that. It's kind of the whole thing is because they got the VeChain Thor, they got the gas, which is Vitho, and then they got the vet. No, I don't think they can use it without using that. They need the vet to get the gas. They need the vet to get the gas, is my understanding. But definitely look into some more, man. Let me know what you see. CJ, why did you decide to show your face? Says Deep Mind Lab Visionaire, because the digital asset investor a little while back said he was going to do a live stream. He's going to do some type of face reveal. And I was like, whoa, a live stream and a face reveal? Because you guys know mostly what he does is upload his videos. He never shows his face. So I said, hey, if the digital asset investor does a live stream and he shows his face in a live stream, I was going to do the same thing. I have been going back and forth about both things, to be honest. Live streams and show my face. And I just decided overall, when I look at Ripple and I look at XRP, I just decided overall, that I wanted to grow the channel and I wanted to be, if you will, more of a public figure as an XRP content creator. And start raising, just kind of raising the level of the people in the community, hopefully. Hopefully I can bring good content, but also, kind of be more of a public figure and talk more about, Ripple, and more importantly, the greatest asset ever created, which is XRP. How you doing, brother? Sees Nick Roth, how are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's good to see you in the stream, man. Gotta watch. JS says, gotta watch VeChain. It's not like the use case with tracking can't be separated from a coin. I don't know that it makes it. Hey, yeah, I respect that, bro. I respect that. Absolutely respect that. And here's the thing, right? A long-term game is tough for a company. So, getting to 10 years is very challenging for a company. Even getting to 5 years is challenging. But a 2 or 3 year run with a company is very, very possible. especially in the digital asset space, where gains can happen really, really quick. And I've seen some companies with projects that are crap, nothing significant about them. Give people who took a chance on them. We're talking a penny or less, or we'll say less than. I would say 5 or 6 cents to less than a penny. Give people tremendous gains. And for me, my bet is that VeChain is one of those that can do that in a bull run. In a bull run, I believe that 100%. If things like what was the thing? The Verge. Remember Verge? Verge gave people some big time money. I never invested in that, but it some people got some big gains from that. Kelvin Tate said it's a great thing to be transparent, putting the face with the message. Much love. Appreciate it. Right back at you, brother. Much love to you, brother. I appreciate that. ZenFin supposedly partnered with R3 trying to invest in the Ripple ecosystem partnership. MoneyGram was $200 price per share at one point. Absolutely. Absolutely. Watch out for gaming crypto in the 2020s. Watch out for gaming crypto in the 2020s, says Kickin' 23. What do you mean by gaming crypto? Oh, you mean crypto's digital assets around crypto? Yeah, absolutely. The gaming space is massive, Kicking 23. I mean, it's massive in all kind of ways. Streaming. I mean, Kava tokens is on Binance, yes. But US cannot do anything on Binance, right? So Kava tokens, for international people can get on Binance. So it's already on Binance, man. I thought I saw it. Maybe it's like $1 and change on there or something like that. Curtis Hodges, thank you for contributing to the stream. But it's not on Binance US, and the US can't get on Binance now. Can't. Yeah, it's a little tricky there. So I had to get all my stuff off of Binance. I love the Binance platform. Love it. Prefer it 5,000% over Coinbase. And I don't know if Coinbase Pro, if you can get Kava tokens there, but Coinbase is just, their fees are so crazy. Anybody know if Coinbase Pro, if you can get Kava tokens there? Let me see something. Pro.coinbase. Kava, I know it's going to be huge. People got into Kava early. Woo, right? Think about that, Kava, right? You're going to be able to cash out. They're going to definitely get some gains from that. Definitely going to be able to get some gains from that, right? JS for sure says, for sure, CJ, keep in mind my fears, you're exactly right. A coin could explode in a bull and people will cash it out into US dollars, meaning it's not really a currency. Yep, absolutely. That's right. You're right about that, bro. Absolutely right about that. We're going to see how Sonny Lu does this thing, right? As a CEO, I know that he's very, very, he's going to get major support from China. So we'll see if they can do their thing. Being a CEO doesn't mean that you can win. You gotta learn how to win as a CEO. You gotta learn how to put together a team. In the end, this is a dude trying to run a company. So we'll see what he does. We'll see what he's like. See what his game is like. Kava was relaunched last Tuesday. It has dropped a little since. Okay, says Devin Steve. With Putin, JS says with Putin, I think all goes down with the dollar crash. Hey, you never know, man. You just do not know. What else did I got for you guys? Oh yeah, go check out XRPArmynews.com, guys. They got some good guys on here, some good YouTubers. It looks like a good website. Looks like I don't know if this is the dude who runs it or not. Probably is. But it's a good looking site, and apparently you can download this app to get some good stuff there. I don't know who that guy is though. If anyone knows who runs the XRP Army News thing, let me know. What else? There's anything else I wanted to cover? Yeah, so this is something here crazy, guys. Then I'm going to wrap the stream up. Think about this. The United States October budget gap widens to $134.5 billion from just 1 year ago. The U.S. budget deficit widened in October, the first month of the fiscal year, as government spending increased and receipts declined. The shortfall grew about 34 billion, or almost 34% from the same month last year, to 134.5 billion. The Treasury Department's monthly budget statement showed Wednesday. This meeting projection in the Bloomberg survey of economists called for a $130 billion deficit. Income fell 2.8% in October from a year earlier, while spending increased 7.6%. Again, guys, it's the Xrp Manifesto coming to life. In the end, the recession is already here. I heard Cryptopolis say something that I thought was very, very interesting, and he said that in the end, as investors, we have an opportunity, we have a choice to make if we're going to hold, and are we going to continue to hold in the next 10 years? Are we going to continue to hold an inflationary asset like fiat currencies, or a deflationary asset like XRP, gold, and silver? In the end, that's the question we all have to ask ourselves. What is Nick Roth says, out of order, out of chaos. I believe that something negative has to happen on the world stage or XRP tries to rise to it. Drastically, we shall see, bro. Nick Roth, perhaps end of U.S. dollar. You know, perhaps the end of U.S. dollar. Listen, Nick Roth, in my opinion, the U.S. dollar as a world reserve currency is coming to an end. Those days are numbered. Now, whether the dollar goes, I think it's going to be a while for the dollar to go. I think it's going to be a while. But BRICS is a significant statement saying that, you know, countries, major nations like China and Russia are not going to just, you know, stand idly by and, you know, feel like they're being raped by SWIFT and, you know, taken to the curb, if you will, by SWIFT and the U.S. So I think the dollar, that dollar is going to take a while for it to kind of go away, 10, 15 years or something like that. But I do think that there is going to be a tier system in terms of value. And I think that fiat currencies by all nations is going to be second. And I think that digital assets will be the top in terms of value. And people will begin to eventually fade away from fiat currencies and begin to use and value more so having digital assets. And Cryptopolis, that's why that statement was huge. You know, think about it in the next 10 years from now. Are you wanting to hold something like gold and silver and XRP, which is because there's only a certain amount that's there with XRP, which is deflationary, or do you want to hold something that can be printed and printed and printed and printed and printed and printed, like the fiat dollar? It's a good question. I think DeepMind Lab Vision, I think Kava is about $1.20. I have friends in Isaac Roberto Atasa says, I have friends in Spain and Mexico holding XRP, VeChain, and Cardano. So yeah, they are greedy. Yeah, I think Ripple and Stellar are working in tandem. Kicking 23, we'll still see. It's so hard to tell with that Jeff Caleb guy. It's so hard. It's so hard to see. BitTrue vet XRP airdrops in a few days, guys. Really? They're doing an airdrop on VeChain? And how do you get those airdrops from BitTrue, DeepMind Lab Visionaire? How do you get those? Is it just a matter of holding? Is it a matter of holding BTR? Is it a matter of holding VeChain on BitTrue? How does that work? I would love to hear that. But that's yes. It's just a matter of holding VeChain no matter what, no matter where you hold it, DeepMind. I mean, I have an account on BitTrue. Good. It's this conversation between 179 Kevin and Kicking 23. I was holding VeChain back when they saying VeChain was lying about BMW and would never be used with an American company. Yeah. I've had VeChain for a while. I really have. I mean, and I went back and forth. I would have a bunch of it, then I would cash it out, and I have a bunch of it, and I cash it out. Kept going back and forth with that, but in the end, I just decided, yep. And quite honestly, I got two goals, and they're both around XRP and VeChain. You know. So you just need an active account, and you can hold some VeChain and XRP. And if you hold some VeChain and XRP, you get a little extra. That's awesome, BitTrue. Thank you, BitTrue. Love that. Crypto Eddie, 2 ways. Crypto Eddie, what is you? Oh my! Oh, hold on a second. I'm at a loss of words right now. Oh my goodness. Crypto, guys, the legend herself is in the stream. Crypto Eddie is in the live stream. Oh my God, I am completely humbled by you even being here, Crypto Eddie. It is so good to see you in the stream. How are you? Yeah, guys, if you have not subscribed to Crypto Eddie and check her out on Twitter, you're missing it. She is such a strong advocate for this community. It's unbelievable. I love watching her videos. I love how she goes and she puts those people who misrepresent XRP and Ripple, and she puts them in line. She puts them in check. She makes sure that there will be no false allegations or rumors or anything of the sort with XRP and Ripple. I love that she does that. So excellent. So happy to see you in the stream. So happy to see you here. That has made my day. That's right. The Queen Eddie. I'm telling you, Morris Prince, makes my day without question. So Crypto Eddie says, yep, hold either VeChain and XRP on BitTrue. Okay. Yep. Oh, hold either okay, cool. So if you have either one on there, because I have VeChain on there. I have no XRP on BitTrue, no. But I do have VeChain on BitTrue. And I have to be honest, I participate in the Power Piggy with VeChain there. Not all of it, not even close to all, not even, it's very, very small. But I do participate in the Power Piggy. I wanted to test it out. I wanted to see how the model works. And thus far, it's tens of VeChain every single day. Tens per day, every day. And I don't even mess with it. I just, I don't even mess with it. So they've been doing their thing, and I just, for me, BitTrue, as long as you're able to get a hold of some of the ambassadors like Crypto Eddie on there, have made every single person that I know of to this day whole on any issue that has come up on that platform. So absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Crypto Eddie. What's Kicking 23? I heard that too, and maybe it's like Litecoin. I don't know. I don't know anything about that coin, my friend. Riding shotgun with Siege. What is going on, John Citizen 76? Not sure if Power Piggy counts. Well, you're not sure. Why would it not count? It's on the platform, right? As long as you're holding it, it should count. Crypto Eddie, does it matter if it's in the Power Piggy or not? I don't think it matters. I don't know what the Ultra UOS coin is. Kicking 23 says Stella's inflationary and XRP is deflationary. XLM is open source and XRP is closed source. Signs that they are working town. I don't know if XRP is closed source. $1.08 right now for a Kava. All time is $1.23. I'm going to catch up on some of these comments here in the stream, guys. As Crypto Edit says, 2, take part in their Twitter promotion. Just retweet and tag 3 friends. I'll write that down. As soon as I get off the stream, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Retweet and tag 3 friends. That's it. Chances to win. So, do we know about the first promotion? Crypto Edit says the first promotion you will win, you will receive for sure. Okay. Love it. Thank you. J.M. Leroy says, my fiance and I love watching Crypto Eddie. I'm telling you, man. Absolutely. You're getting some major shout-outs in the stream, Crypto Eddie. She says, it's okay if some is in Power Piggy. Still counts for your airdrop. Yeah. So, basically, I put some of the VeChain in the Power Piggy, and then I get some, every day from it. I don't put it anywhere. I don't change it. It's just on the platform. So I think I'm good. So when I earn, you know, I don't know, 40 or 50 VeChain a day, I just leave it there. So I think I should be good. And I do have BTR. So, Jim, Mr. Lewis says, if you hold BTR, do you get some VEC too? Do you get some VeChain also? So that would be cool if we did. Awesome. Thanks for clarifying Power Piggy, Crypto Eddie. Yeah, so Jay, Mr. Leroy, I don't know. That's a good question. If you just hold BTR. But I'm thinking so. It's a gaming token, so UOS is a gaming token. Okay, thank you, J.M. Leroy. Currently on Bitfinex and Bitrue, being added to Coin One. Okay, I love that. Jackie33, how are you? You see that? It's great to see you in the stream, my friend. Crypto Eddie is in the stream. This is perfect. Crypto Eddie and Jackie33 in the stream. I love it. It's a gaming token. That's separate Bitrue promotion. That's a separate Bitrue promotion. Well, okay, with BTR. Okay. Well, at once I have an AMA with VeChain CEO. What? That's right. I remember you saying that, Crypto Eddie, that you were doing Ask Me Anything with the VeChain CEO. I thought it was VeChain and Bitrue. I thought I did see that. So I would definitely be looking for that video. Yeah, I'm going to have to go read the details, Crypto Eddie. Thank you. For the Twitter promotion contest, go to Bitrue official Twitter feed to retweet them to enter. Yep, I'm going to go check that out. Yeah, Jackie33, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you hopped on. I definitely appreciate that. Absolutely, without question. Definitely appreciate you hanging out with the brother. I definitely appreciate that. Guys, definitely please smash the like button on the way in. I appreciate you guys being here. This has been over an hour and 20 minutes on this stream. So I'm definitely gonna wrap up. I cannot wait to tell my boys that Crypto Eddie and Jackie33 showed up on the stream. Man, I love that. Absolutely loved that. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate you guys being here for sure. So, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap this up with how I normally do wrap up a thing, how I wrap up my streams, guys. Listen, never ever forget this, guys. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.